to the next one. We got Dolphins and Chargers. Y'all know I had a hot take on this one. We had Tua, we had Herbert, we had a shootout, which I was not predicting. I said it was going to be like a 30-point game for the Dolphins. Tua MVP season is
Bro.
here, okay? I'm
I,
dead serious.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I
actually
don't know that
so
he's going to win MVP, but he played so unbelievably well yesterday. Some of the throws he was making, the back shoulder fade to a 5'10" receiver has to be thrown so unbelievably well, and he fit it right here for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had an unbelievable game, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, just unbelievable. Tua was fantastic. Chargers didn't look too bad either, but no, honestly, for me, the Dolphins seriously, offensively, just outplayed the Chargers by so much, and the Chargers outplayed the Dolphins defense by a lot too, but not quite as much. And that's what the difference was.
You see, over the years, since the 2020 NFL draft, the question was after the first season, after the second season, after the third season, the Dolphins made the wrong pick. They should have taken Justin Herbert. And even Dylan Shalom, who has been Tua truther number one throughout the entirety of the time, I've had my doubts. Should we have taken Justin Herbert?
you still should have.
The question was answered yesterday. The question was answered, and the answer is no. And this is no hate to Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is a fantastic quarterback, but he had 200 yards on the ground yesterday. He didn't have a defense that couldn't stop the run. He threw for 200 yards, a touchdown, a rushing touchdown. That's a good game. But Tua Tagovailoa yesterday did something that MVPs do. He went out there and he won the game with one receiver and a terrible run game and a
one
terrible
receiver.
defense.
I've been giving to a props. One receiver is
Jalen Waddle was taken out of the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
they use resources to take him out of the game.
Can you let me finish, bro? Can you let me finish?
Yeah, bro.
But he did things that quarterbacks that are
special. So if we're gonna
talk
talk about Justin Herbert,
all right, you're gonna relax.
But Dylan, looking at this game, first of all, and like when we were talking about,
you're gonna relax. Also, I'm gonna finish my statement.
No, let me say what I have to say because I'll let you go in a second. But when we were talking about Jordan Love, Justin Fields, it was very glaringly obvious. Jordan Love has a coaching staff that supports him. Justin Fields.
Okay, but Justin Herbert can do no wrong. I'm done with it.
I know where
Justin Herbert has been spoon-fed his entire career. He dumps the ball off to Austin Eckler, and people make him out to be Jesus. He is not perfect.
Hang on. The Dolphins coaching staff is a whole lot better than the Chargers.
That might be true, but Tua Tagovailoa played in this game as a better quarterback, trait-wise. And it's been like that through the past season now that he's been able to look better and play better, statistically better. I'm ready for people to start comparing Tua Tagovailoa to the Joe Burrows, the Jalen Hurts, and the Justin Herberts of the world.
And that's it's the fact that you say that is like so. First of all, so clearly biased. Before you let your ego get the best, let us speak. And I know Tua Tagovailoa, you would.
Let me talk.
Let us speak.
Talk.
I understand this is your favorite team. Dylan, you're making it seem like no quarterback in the history of the NFL has ever thrown for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. And let me speak because
I will.
First of all, the game was
going to
get
my point in.
And it's not like Tua played. I'm not saying Tua played bad, and I thought he played great. The Chargers defense, first of all, is the highest paid defense in the entirety of the NFL. They are the team that lets up the most 3rd and 10s. They have a defensive coach that can't even get his defense right. And still had Herbert go out, and it was a 2-point game, 36-34.
But why is this Herbert now? Because Herbert had an okay game. They ran for 200 yards.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that whatever. I thought both quarterbacks played well. I'm saying that the fact that you are so quick to jump on Tua Tagovailoa after throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns and winning only by 2 points against arguably one of the worst defenses in the league means he should be compared to Patrick Mahomes and to Joe Burrow.
I never said Patrick Mahomes.
All right, you said Joe. Okay, whatever. The tier down, Joe Burrow. He's not. He's not even close to being there. And you need.
I disagree.
I completely disagree. I am not a Dolphins fan, but I think what we're seeing from Tua in the last 20 or 15 to 20 games of his career is college Tua. And college Tua is one of the best college quarterbacks of all time. College Tua at Alabama.
Crazy. 15 to 20 games.
It's not though.
It's
It's
not.
really
It's his
not.
last
Since
15
week
games, he's been
1 of
fantastic.
2000.
I
Since
think
I would
15
even
to
say
20.
I would
15
say
to 20. I'd say 10.
Yeah,
Last
maybe.
10. Because remember, he did
week
have
2 of last
no,
season is what comes to mind.
down the stretch last year. I think he did fall off a little bit.
he had 2 bad
But-
games. He had 2
But what
bad
I'm
games.
saying is college quarterback Tua Tagovailoa won an NCAA championship in his sophomore year, was projected to go number 1, fell due to injury, and because Joe Burrow had such a phenomenal season. And I'm not saying Tua's as good as Joe Burrow right now. That's maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I'm definitely putting Tua in a tier that he is so disrespected to not be in. Tua Tagovailoa is, for me, easily a 3rd-tier quarterback in this NFL. You know, I'm saying Patrick Mahomes is tier 1
Yes.
alone. And then I'm saying you've got your guys, you've got Joe Burrow, you've got Josh Allen, you've got arguably Jalen Hurts. The past couple of years, you had Aaron Rodgers. Tua Tagovailoa is starting to join that conversation. College quarterback Tua plus
Thank God
Tyreek
Surge
Hill
is here.
plus Jalen Waddle
I'm
is something that you should be terrified of.
It's
So
not.
I'm gonna end it off here. I'll let you guys finish after, actually, because I don't want to cut you off. But we were talking about coaching and what Eberflus has been doing to Justin Fields and what Brian Dable did to Daniel Jones. I think Mike McDaniel to Tua Tagovailoa
Yeah, no.
is going to be, by the end of Tua's career, because he's going to be a 2nd or 1st ballot Hall of Famer by the end of all of this,
Surge.
it's going to
No,
be the
actually,
biggest. It's going to be the biggest coaching change in the history of a career. And it's fantastic. And last thing I'll say, I said before the season, every one of you can bookmark this. I said before the season that Tua is the 2023-24 MVP of the NFL season. Week 1, it looks pretty damn good to me.
It does.
No, I
How
mean, if I
does
had
it
to-
not
Oh,
look
no,
good?
no,
How does
stop.
it
If I had
not
to
look
pick an
good?
MVP right
Wait,
now,
wait,
it's
let
Tua.
me talk.
Like,
I
that's
haven't-
stop.
let me talk. No, I haven't spoken yet. I think, listen, I've talked a lot ad nauseum about Tua the past few years, but this
Beef
performing,
era.
what?
Beef era.
Beef arrow is crazy. But anyway, going on. As someone who did doubt Tua, that was probably the best performance of his career. I told you that after the game. I told you during the game.
Yeah.
I think that throw to Hill in that 4th quarter was probably the biggest sign of his growth as a passer.
And I hate to keep talking, but I just want to say,
You don't.
who else
No,
makes
you
that
don't.
throw?
Hey, keep talking. And you
Who,
actually need to
who
shut
else
up.
makes that throw? No.
It's true. There are not many.
Who else
quarterbacks in
makes that
history who
throw?
can make that
Mahomes
throw.
makes that throw.
I don't
Mahomes makes
understand.
that
I don't understand where this comes about. You guys are acting like no quarterback in the history of the league has ever done what Tua has done. Like it's not.
not
but
that
I'd say
common.
it was the
No,
best.
Really not
no,
that
no.
common. No. He came back from 2 concussions in 1 season. Game 1 since he's back. He throws
bro.
3 touchdowns,
What's
400
one
yards.
now.
I forgot. There's the player who comes after 2 concussions gets the MVP automatically. Dylan, it actually
Bro, automatically he threw
found-
for 465 yards.
And I forgot no one's ever done that ever. And I forgot that the quarterback that does that the first week of the season wins MVP.
This
Dylan,
is
you are
tier
such,
1 hating. This
Dylan,
is
you are
tier
the most
1 hating.
biased fan that I've.
I am
like,
definitely.
It's
The entire hall down here hates me now because I'm yelling, but I don't care.
No, but the bias is so glaringly obvious that the fact that you think that a quarterback can throw for 400 yards against arguably one of the worst defenses, let me speak, I swear to God, if you interrupt me, if against one of the
Wrong. Yeah.
worst defenses in the league, and he deserves to win the MVP. Like
I said it from before the season, though. I'm not saying.
No.
I'm saying he is
Can I
that good.
just to clarify, Dylan never ever said that Tua Tagovailoa deserves the MVP. He just predicted that he's going to get it.
No. I get why you think I said that because I've been saying
He just said he's going to be a
why,
Hall
but-
of Famer.
Yeah,
He just said that Tua
okay,
Tagovailoa is going to
wait.
be a first ballot Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
he is.
The
Do you think
difference-
that's not
He's going to win
biased?
7 Super Bowls.
Like you
Kian,
think
Kian, the only spot where bias has started to come in is when we get to the future. When we look at the present, Tua had if we're just looking at week 1, Tua is the MVP of the NFL. He was the MVP of week 1.
okay.
But when we start to get to the future, that's where Dylan's bias you can see comes in. I think Tua's been unbelievable over the last however long. I said 15 to 20 games. Maybe it's 10, whatever the hell it is. He's looked unbelievable over that span of games. Do I think he's going to win MVP? No. Can I say he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer right now? No. That's where Dylan's bias shows.
But that's
right
also where you
now,
know I'm
can
bullshit.
project
But
Tua
that's
to
also
throw for
where you know I'm
5,000 yards
bullshitting.
this year. Yes. No, it's obvious.
What are your bullshit? This isn't poker. Like, what are you bullshitting? Like,
I'm just playing around. Like, obviously,
He's just
obviously
getting
I
hyped
can't,
because his
yeah.
quarterback just had a monstrous game.
No, I know.
Obviously,
but
as a Giants fan, you guys. Sorry, Charlie. I'm not going to come at you. Actually, I'll let that slide because you've been on my side.
I still think
but-
Daniel Jones is a better quarterback to attack.
That's actually ridiculous. I'm sorry.
It's not at
That's
all.
ac- okay. So let's speak about Daniel Jones in week 1 then. So let's see.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
Let's
let's
talk
not.
about
He
Daniel Jones in week 1 because
Hey,
Tua has
he
please
never
started
had
the
not.
game 2 for 6, 0 yards, 2
1 for
interceptions.
6.
Dylan, I forgot
1
that
for 6.
Tua has never had a bad game.
He's never had a bad start like that. He's never had that
Yes,
bad of
he
a start to a
has.
game.
Yes, he
has
has.
never had that.
Yes, he
bad.
has.
Look
Tennessee-
at every single
Tennessee-
one of his
Tennessee
stat lines.
rivals
No.
that. Tennessee
You want to know what happened in Tennessee though? You want to know what happened? It was a bad game. Sure. It was a bad game, but you're down 17-3 and your very, very poorly minded offensive coach is forcing you to throw deep balls.
You can't
to
talk
Lynn
about
Golden.
no. Here, Dylan. I've been on your side, but you can't talk about how Herbert doesn't get excuses, how Tua should be praised, even though he
No,
has
Tua
great
didn't
situation.
get excuses though. That's the difference. That's the difference. I'm giving excuses, but nobody.
No,
gave
but now you
excuses.
can't.
People
give an
wanted him out of the
excuse.
league.
No, but
Why can't I give an excuse? We're talking about
you
2
didn't give an
seasons ago
excuse
now.
for
We're talking
Herbert.
about
You
2
didn't give an
seasons ago
excuse
now.
for Herbert.
So much has changed in 2 seasons. Tua has become from maybe a not top half quarterback to a top 6 quarterback. By the end of the season, people are going to be calling him a top 2 quarterback.
Can I just
It's-
say I
six.
completely agree with everything Dylan has said today?
Thank you.
It's the most random.
But
I don't think Tua is like you're guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer because he threw for 400 yards. Yeah, Kean, it's been done before.
like
But like,
top
how
6
can
quarterback
we
is,
like
is just
this
Top
is
6 still
this is a
wins.
quarterback who
Top
has
6.
clearly proven that he has what it takes. Maybe
Thank
he's got Tyreek Hill. Maybe he's got Jalen Waddle. Maybe he's got a great coaching staff. Maybe he's got I don't know what else the Dolphins have, but this is a quarterback who has clearly shown what he can do.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm
guys.
sorry, he has what it
I'm
takes,
gonna
but they
tell you-
have not made the playoff. I completely forgot.
They made
that
the
quarterback-
playoffs.
I forgot.
I'm
that
gonna
the quarterback-
They
tell
made
you
the
what Tua
playoffs
does
last year.
better than any other quarterback in the league other than Mahomes. He's a better moving around in the pocket than any other quarterback in the league. He has better anticipation than any other quarterback in the league other than Patrick Mahomes. He is better at hitting his players in the middle of the field than any other quarterback other than maybe Tom Brady in NFL history at the rate he's at right now.
Okay, this
Dylan,
is getting a bit
Dylan,
egregious.
You actually sound like an idiot. Like
That's
you
fine.
sound
That's
like
fine.
a genuine. You sound like an idiot.
Write it on my tombstone.
You think
But you
that,
know what I
think that-
realized?
This has been a good. This is a great
No, because the
performance
thing,
from Tua,
the thing
but
with Dylan is first of all, he's so smart. Oh, he can move
He
in
is
the
so smart.
pocket.
And that's how it
Because
started.
you know how
That's
many-
how it started. Now you get Mike McDaniel in there who gets him the weapons. And now you see the output, which is these games against Baltimore, against Cleveland, against LA, against Detroit last season.
Against
this isn't
LA,
all-
they win by 2 points. I forgot. They win by
I'm
2
sorry.
points.
I'm sorry. Tua plays defensive tackle and he could stop Austin Eckler. My
they
bad.
win-
Dude,
They win
how
by
are we
2
gonna-
points.
How are we going to
knock
blame
Tua?
Tua for the
Wait.
2 points? That actually might be
Also-
the most upside down logic I've heard on
It's
this
not
channel. And
upside down.
I've said some pretty egregious. Where was Tua
J.C.
made
Jackson better than Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah, but Tua made maybe 2 mistakes in this game. And there was one interception that was a bad throw. I will say that. There was a couple of missed snaps that were on Connor Williams and on him. But other than that, he did not make one bad play.
Congratulations. He did that against arguably one of the worst
I-
defenses in the league. Congrats.
Can I just say?
I
scored
I
36
appreciate the
points against
congratulations.
one of the worst
You're a
defenses
tier
in the
1
league.
hater, bro. You're a tier
I
1, and I
am.
respect the
Kian.
hell out of it.
Did you say it was a bad thing that his best attribute is how smart he is?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. You guys.
That is what he said, though.
Dylan
That is what he
doesn't-
said, though.
Dylan doesn't let me speak because Dylan is a
So
very
what was it that
close-minded
you were
being.
saying about his smarts?
I wish I could finish a sentence without Dylan butting in and saying something absolutely idiotic because God forbid someone says something against his boyfriend.
So let me hear it out. What's wrong with his smarts?
Dylan has this, and I'm not saying
Wait,
there's
wait,
something
wait,
wrong
wait.
with his smarts.
What's wrong with his smarts?
Dylan's only thing for Tua is he is smart and he can move in the pocket, and he's
And
an
he has
ac-
a
That's
bomb of
Tom
an arm.
Brady.
He has a
and
bomb of an
and he
arm
has
now.
he has an accurate arm.
No. I'm
Yes,
not
oh
even
my
saying
God,
accurate
okay,
now.
okay.
Tua Tagovailoa was the most accurate deep ball thrower of last season. He threw 5
What?
passes.
Oh my-
For,
Bro,
he was.
he was the mo-
Statistically, he was.
Yeah, look at the
Statistically, he was.
numbers. Look at the
The
numbers.
last
the mo-
season, the last season.
Last season. He was the most.
You're blatantly
Surridge
wrong.
knows. Surridge knows. Charlie knows.
No,
I know.
but
Look it up.
I agree with that statistically that is correct. Although to be fair, that is
He has
a
the
flawed
two.
statistic.
Like
When
he has the
you're-
best deep ball
he has
threat in
the
the league.
two-
Yes.
Yeah, he has the best deep.
But you don't hear
Definitely.
people taking down Patrick Mahomes because he played with Tyreek Hill. No.
No,
I
this is
agree.
a very.
I agree. But the
this
difference is
is
Patrick Mahomes has won 2 MVPs, 2
2 Super
rings.
Bowls.
And now
there's
they're
different-
getting. Now we're getting to what we think is going to happen in the future.
Tua Tagovailoa can move in the pocket like every quarterback needs to do in the league, like every good quarterback needs to do.
Better than everyone else, though.
Serge, you know what they say? I love when I can talk about my quarterback and say he's good at moving in the pocket. That's the biggest.
But better
my
than
God,
he
that's
does
just-
it better
it's
than
the
everyone else,
biggest-
though.
I'm not
it's
gonna
the
say
biggest
anything.
compliment in the
This is-
league. My quarterback can move in the pocket like every
Tua
quarterback
is the
who
most
ever
accurate
has-
passer in the league.
No,
He
he's
is
not.
the most accurate.
ability,
He's not.
He
the
is.
ability
No, he's not.
to anticipate, move,
Yes.
and throw with accuracy are possibly the most important traits that you can have in a quarterback. That is Tom Brady. That is, I'm not going to compare these guys. That is Tua Tagovailoa. Again, not comparing. That was Brock Purdy last season.
So where is it taken to in his career?
Tua's in the Brock Purdy tier.
No. Where is it taken
taken-
to in his career? Because Daniel
So-
Jones, apparently Daniel Jones is good at any of that. He won a playoff game. Where
So-
if
okay,
Tua
so
is the
you
best,
know what?
if you're,
Tua was
if you're-
not
if
playing
you
a
guys
playoff
are
game last
essentially
year.
comparing Tua Tagovailoa's traits to Tom Brady, and he's been in the league for what?
I am.
Dylan, how many years has he been in the league for?
He's been in the league for 4 years.
How many playoff games has he won?
He has not played.
How many
the playoff
play? Yeah,
game.
yeah.
But
There we go. My
Would you
point
like
proven.
to
Thank you.
would you
My
like
point
would you
proven.
like me to talk you through this?
My
Would you
point
like me to
proven.
talk you through this?
You can say
He
whatever
played
you
a
want.
half
My
of the
point
season
proven.
in his rookie year because he was coming off an injury.
Not
In
even
his
to speak
second
that
year,
he
he
shouldn't
was-
even be playing because he
was
shouldn't
being
even be
blat-
in the court in the NFL. 'cause
Okay,
of
so now
head
you've just
injuries.
disproved your entire point because you're hating on a player through injuries. But I'm gonna
I'm
go
just-
through.
I'm just saying
year
medically,
two.
it's been.
I'm gonna
proven
go.
that he should
Okay,
not
so
be
that's
in the NFL.
that's just not true. That's a bullshit excuse.
It's
Kenny
not
Pickett
at
got
all.
two concussions. Kenny Pickett got 2 concussions last year. You don't hear a motherfucker talking about. Sorry, you don't hear anyone talk.
I also would mention
Dylan,
how
you
many
just proved my
playoff
point.
games has Justin Herbert won?
Thank you.
But I'm not talking about just
How many what?
But
Playoff games
you're
is Justin
if you're
Herbert
going
won.
through what a playoff win means to a quarterback, why can't we talk about Justin Herbert in the same sense?
When have I been hyping up Justin Herbert this entire video? I have not been
But
at
we're-
all.
But we're not. But
I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
point. I'm
You're
saying
saying that your quarterback, who you are at this point comparing to Tagovailoa, and Dylan, do not interrupt me.
I am.
You are
I am.
comparing him to Tom Brady, and he's
I
been in
am.
the league for 4 years and has not won a playoff game. That proves my point.
I'm comparing
Thank you very much.
I'm comparing his traits to Tom Brady. I'm not comparing his successes to
His-
Tom Brady.
his-
His
he can
successes
move
in
in
the
the pocket.
future. My
I forgot
belief
moving
is
in the,
that-
like Charlie said, moving in the pocket.
all right. So now you're the
and-
one. So now you're the one disrupting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying
completely
that-
allowed to.
No, I agree, and I love it. But the traits is what I'm saying is what I'm comparing to Tom Brady. I'm not comparing his past successes. My take, which people might consider Mr. Crazy Head over here, is saying that
Yeah.
he could be Tom Brady. That's where his ceiling is, and I see it. I've seen it, and now it's going to start to come into complete configuration. I want to end this segment. If you guys want to end this segment, I'll let you guys talk a little bit more.
Charlie
because
and
I have
he
dominated.
just said that Tua Tagovailoa could be Tom Brady, and he won't say
Don't worry.
anything.
My last line
Nah,
was going to
that-
be just
that
to put it
is
into
ignoring it.
perspective.
The fact
that's
that
a
you
Dolphins
haven't
fan.
left the recording because of he said that, Dylan, that is idiotic.
It's not though.
I'm sorry. 'cause-
It's not, though.
And back to what Charlie said, his incredible pocket movie and the stuff that is that the greatest quarterbacks need, and he has not won a playoff game in. He has. Sorry,
But
Dylan.
the
Dylan,
playoff
no, that's
game
a
logic
horrible-
is
that's a
just
horrible-
stupid.
that's-
It's just
that's
You
not
said
right.
that he has
Listen,
proven he has what it takes, but he hasn't won a playoff
listen to
game.
me. Kian, listen to me. I am giving you so much ammunition to tear me down because I'm being emotional. I'm being erratic. I'm making a bad argument, and you are not doing a good job at it.
You said he compared, Dylan. I don't need to have a good job. You just said that he's going.
Yes,
to
you
be Tom
do.
Brady.
Yes,
I
you do.
post-
Because
I
I
post
have
this on
I've-
social media. You get ripped.
Yeah,
apart.
go ahead.
Like,
I am so excited for people to rip me apart because when he wins MVP, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy from the back pocket was so right." Charlie,
he's
go
not
ahead.
gonna win it.
Like I just want to put this into proportion for anyone watching. Kian has been the biggest Tua hater since he was drafted,
Yep.
and Dylan has been the biggest Tua enthusiast since he realized he was a Dolphin. That being said, Tua was fantastic on Sunday. The Dolphins thoroughly, in my opinion, deserve to win that game.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Yeah, and I agree, and I think he played. And I never said that he did not play well. I'm just saying that the fact that this hype coming out of one game for a quarterback who has a great game.
It's not one game.
Can I
It's
say
throughout
so-
the last
Hey,
season.
hey,
Before.
we're done.
Can I say one thing? Not about.
I'd
Nah,
like
you're
to.
just
I'd
gonna
like
not
to
about the
spark
argument.
on
Not
it.
about the
No,
argument.
Yeah,
I'd like to
no,
hear Sarah
I'm just
talk
gonna
because-
say no. It's nothing important. I'm just saying. I think that's an all-time segment from the pod.
I
There's not
agree,
a time
I agree.
you guys were
Absolutely.
That was an
shouting.
all-time.
My
God.
whole